Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, you can hear us, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get started. So, good evening, everyone. It's Natasha from Global Frontiers, and we are a strategic partner of TESTENIUM in Sri Lanka. So, this webinar is organized by a collaboration of Team Global Frontiers and TESTENIUM. So, let me introduce Dr. Aras, who would be conducting the webinar today. Dr. Aras.
Hi, can you all see me?
Oh, we can see the screen, Dr. Aras.
Okay. So that's fine. Yeah, I'm Dr. Aras. I'm the CEO of TESTENIUM. So I'm going to be presenting along with Sudha, one of our users. Natasha, can I start, or you want to talk a bit more?
You start, Dr. Aras. You can go ahead.
Okay. Thank you all for joining us. I'll first introduce Sudha. Is one of our users, and she's going to be spending about 5 minutes with you on Selenium and API test automation in TESTENIUM. I welcome Sudha.
Thanks, Doctor. And hello, everyone. My name is Sudha. I'm working as a test consultant in the UK for around like 8+ years now. So I have been coordinating with Dr. Aras ever since I've started using TESTENIUM. It's been like 2 years now. And today, thanks, Aras, Doctor, for this opportunity to talk a bit more about Selenium and API testing features. So I understand each and every one of you would have went into the platform, and as you can see, you might have seen a number of features mentioned there. And for each and every feature, any company would procure a separate tool or a software. For example, for API testing, we need to procure a tool. For Selenium WebDriver, which is for browser testing, we need to procure a tool. And for each and every feature in a QA environment, we'll need to procure a tool, which is very expensive and time consuming, and a lot of knowledge transfer goes into it. But in TESTENIUM, as a user, when you just go into the platform, you can see all these tools just outsourced in one common platform, which is like quite cool, because any company who need to assure the quality of their product can just go into such a platform where everything is just present there, and it's very user friendly. So I just thought I'll give a bit more of highlight on Selenium testing and API testing here with TESTENIUM. So usually in the real time scenarios, as you guys know, when you need to test a web browser using a Selenium WebDriver, you'll need to first procure a proper framework, maybe page object model or any such patterns, wherein you need to create your feature files. Either the product or your QA engineers might write a feature file, and then from these feature files we'll have to create those step definitions where we'll need to write code, and a lot of coding and time goes in to that, kind of review it frequently, maintain the framework to kind of adopt the recent developer changes. So it's not that easy to actually create a framework and maintain it when it comes to web browser testing. But with TESTENIUM, if you have given it a try, you can see that it's just a very simple UI. Even the product member from your team can go in and give the feature files like simple given when then. And when the test is run, it just gives you the code for that. And that can be again used if you need to maintain a test automation framework, and it also gives you the results. So it's like simple given when then statements which generates the code and also gives you the test results in a matter of seconds. So I think that is one major advantage any company would look for, where they are trying to onboard QA members, trying to get them to automation mode. So this is like a good place where you can get any of your members involved in testing, because all they need to do is understand the user flow, just given the given when then format of the Gherkin formats there, and that gives you the code and results in seconds. So this is with web browser testing. And when it comes to API testing, many of the companies are still struggling to find proper skills, QA engineers with skills with API testing, because it's just not about using a tool and testing the API endpoints. It's about understanding the backend even better. So when it comes to a testing pyramid, the API testing comes far behind even before you start the UI testing. So this is something a QA team would need to get their engineers involved in a very early stage of the development life cycle. So with API testing, I know there are a number of tools which are in the current world, and any company would procure a tool, and there needs to be a lot of work that needs to be happening within a tool just when you get tested any of these API endpoints. So you need to first get a QA member onboarded. You'll need to have them given enough knowledge transfer of this particular API tool, and then each of the API endpoint would require an authentication token, which again would need to be fed into the tool, which is not that safe and secure, because when you're going to give a authentication token to your third-party tool, it's like you giving a token to an unsecure or somebody you're completely unaware of. So with TESTENIUM, again, API testing has been made very simple. It's again just simple user-friendly fields where you'll need to give your endpoint the payload again, which can be given as fields. So the user authentication token need not be given for each of the API tests. It can be simply fed from the server, which TESTENIUM does it by itself. So all you need to give is your API endpoint and the payload, and again, it just gives you the result, the response status and the response body in seconds. So everything is cloud-based, and the result is just in seconds, which is again a major highlight. So I think just with Selenium-based WebDriver testing or API testing, it's like a big thumbs up. And I hope you guys just give a hands-on on the platform and get the fruit out of it. Thanks, Doctor, for giving the opportunity.